Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're diving right into a field that's just incredibly dynamic, really impactful, artificial intelligence, all the latest stuff. And the sources you've shared, they paint this really vivid picture, don't they? Rapid innovation, huge societal impact, but also some, emerging challenges.
Absolutely. And our mission here really is to try and cut through some of that noise. We want to pinpoint the breakthroughs that matter most, maybe dig up some surprising facts, and definitely highlight what it all means for you, the listener, in this, well, it's incredibly fast-moving landscape.
Right, that's key. It's not just about the tech spec. It's about understanding these huge shifts happening right now across industries, our daily life, even global security stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. The AI explosion, unprecedented growth and adoption. So where do we start? I mean, the sheer scale of AI adoption, you just can't ignore tools like OpenAI's ChatGPT. It feels like it went from zero to everywhere almost overnight.
It really does. It's kind of unprecedented. ChatGPT hitting 700 million weekly users. That's just wow.
And it's not just the number, it's that it quadrupled in only a year. That speed. It rewrites the playbook for tech adoption.
Quadrupled in a year.
Yeah, and it forces the big tech companies to react super fast. We haven't really seen that before. Plus, it changes what users expect, what investors want. It's driving OpenAI's revenue to, $13 billion annually.
And projected to hit $20 billion soon.
That's exactly, $20 billion by year end. That really cements their dominance, especially as they're gearing up for GPT-5.
And that connects to the broader picture, too. These numbers are just staggering. AI website visits jumping 50% in a year, over 10 billion a month now.
Right. And it's not just individuals poking around anymore. Businesses are jumping in feet first.
Yeah, that's the really interesting part, the enterprise adoption. Exactly, that's accelerating like crazy. Daily usage on ChatGPT alone is over 3 billion messages. Businesses are using it for everything, drafting emails, sure, but also complex problem solving. It's fundamentally changing how work gets done. The battle for AI supremacy. New models and intense competition.
So this massive uptake, users and businesses, it's basically ignited an arms race, hasn't it? Among the tech giants, they're all scrambling for the top spot. Let's talk about that battle. Apple, for instance, what are they actually doing?
Well, Apple's making a really aggressive push. They're developing new AI search features, a much smarter Siri, aiming directly at ChatGPT and Google's Gemini. They've got this thing called the Answer Engine Initiative. The idea is to give you direct answers, not just web page links.
Cutting out the middle step.
Pretty much. And they've hired thousands for this. Tim Cook himself said AI is revolutionary for Apple. So they're serious.
Okay, and Google. They've been in AI forever. What's their latest move?
Google's rolled out its Deep Think model. It's part of Gemini Ultra, and it's pricey, $250 a month. But it offers really advanced technical reasoning, something they call parallel thinking, basically. Exploring multiple solutions at once.
Complex stuff.
Very. And improves safety, especially for coding or scientific work. Interestingly, it can also analyze audio files, like for summarizing podcasts or transcribing meetings.
Which immediately makes you think about privacy, of course.
Of course. That's always the flip side with powerful tools like these. Definitely raises questions.
So with Apple and Google making these moves, what's OpenAI's counter? They can't just sit on ChatGPT's success.
No way. They're gearing up for the GPT-5 launch. Everyone's waiting for that. The promise is, unified system, faster, more capable. They're talking flagship, mini, even nano models, trying to set the standard again.
Flagship, mini, nano. Sounds like they want to be everywhere.
That seems to be the plan. And they just secured, $8.3 billion in funding? That shows you the scale of their ambition.
But it's not just these huge proprietary models duking it out, is it? What about the open source side?
That's a really crucial point and often overlooked. We're seeing open models like Qwen Coder from Alibaba and GLM 4.5 from ZAI. They're actually outperforming some big proprietary names like Anthropic's Claude Opus on certain benchmarks, especially on efficiency and cost.
Outperforming them? How?
Well, platforms like Algotune are showing better performance for the cost. ZAI's GLM 4.5, for instance, is getting praised for being cost-effective, even compared to other open models like DeepSeek's R1. It really makes you wonder, could open source AI become more agile, more cost-effective than the giants? It's a potential shift.
Interesting. And speaking of competitors, we mentioned Anthropic. They're carving out a space too, right? Especially with businesses.
Yeah, Anthropic's Claude is definitely a strong enterprise alternative. They focus heavily on safety and ethics, which appeals to businesses. And things got a bit tense recently. Anthropic actually restricted OpenAI's access to Claude models, citing rule violations. Shows how fierce the competition is.
Wow, okay. But amidst all this fighting, are we seeing any collaboration? or is it purely cutthroat?
No, there is collaboration too, surprisingly, even between rivals sometimes. It actually speeds things up, like C Limited in Southeast Asia partnering with OpenAI. They're piloting AI tools for small businesses, consumers.
Giving Shopee VIPs free ChatGPT Plus access.
Exactly. That kind of partnership gets advanced AI into new markets really quickly. It shows collaboration can be a powerful strategy too. Practical tools and expanding capabilities, what AI can do now.
Okay, so beyond the big company battles, let's talk about the practical stuff. What can AI do right now? What are the new tools?
Yeah, there's a flood of new tools, especially for developers. Makes AI easier to build with. Claude Code, for example, can now process PDFs directly. That's huge for working with documents. And there's DSPyOSS. It lets devs build, like, plug-and-play AI features right into their databases. Very modular.
More accessible building blocks, essentially.
Pretty much. And tools like the AI Toolkit for fine-tuning Alibaba's Qwen Image model or Agent Reinforcement Trainer, they're getting really popular.
Okay, that's the developer side. What about things regular folks can use day to day?
We're seeing AI slide into practical tasks more seamlessly. Perplexity, the AI search engine. It can now book restaurants for you via OpenTable.
Well, that's handy. Moving beyond just finding info.
Exactly. Taking action.
Yeah.
And Grok. Imagine that's now available for all X Premium users to generate images. Puts creative tools in more hands. Lindy 3.0 is enhancing its digital AI coworker features, and MFLUX has new methods to make generative AI faster. Lots of user-facing improvements.
It feels like things are improving on all fronts simultaneously. The underlying tech must be leaping forward, too.
Oh, absolutely. Huge leaps. There's this breakthrough in-memory computing chip. It combines memory and processing right on the chip for on-device AI.
Meaning faster, less battery-draining AI on your phone?
Precisely. Lower latency, less power needed, critical for real-time stuff. And looking further out, D-Wave Quantum released an open-source toolkit mixing quantum computing and machine learning. That could open up totally new applications down the line. The AI reality check. Challenges and critical discussions.
Okay, it all sounds incredibly promising, almost sci-fi sometimes. But we need a reality check, right? There are significant challenges. It's not all smooth sailing.
Not at all. And prominent people are pointing this out. Jan LeCun, for example, highlights major limitations in current LLMs. Like, they really lack proper memory and planning abilities.
So they can generate text, but they don't really think ahead.
In a human sense, no. We see this in complex tasks. AI struggled in that Kaggle chess tournament using LLMs. They have trouble with deep mathematical reasoning, too, as shown in Matharina contests. These aren't just small bugs. They're fundamental hurdles AI needs to overcome for more complex, real-world problem-solving.
Which brings us to trust and safety. If these tools have limitations, how much can we rely on them, especially for critical things like code or security?
That's a massive question. And honestly, confidence is shaky in some areas. Like 80% of developers use tools like GitHub Copilot, right? But confidence in the quality of AI-generated code is actually declining. Devs find it often needs a lot of human checking and fixing.
So it speeds up the first draft, maybe, but not necessarily the whole process.
Potentially, yeah. And it gets worse in cybersecurity. Flaw in data management is a huge issue. Many security leaders admit they don't even trust the data feeding their own AI security tools. That's a big vulnerability.
Wow. Okay, and beyond the technical trust issues, what about the broader societal debates? Privacy, ethics, those seem louder than ever.
They are, and for good reason. Sources point to several key areas. Privacy is huge concerns over the EU wanting to scan private messages, Google Gemini's audio analysis. OpenAI even had to pull back a ChatGPT feature because of privacy backlash. And data breaches, like the one at the T app, just highlight the security risks with new tech.
And the security risks aren't just accidental breaches, right? People are actively weaponizing AI.
Definitely. The surge in AI web traffic creates more attack surface. We're seeing a sharp rise in sophisticated AI-powered phishing scams. They look incredibly real. Cybercriminals are using generative AI to create advanced malware, and they're even starting to target the AI systems themselves. The threat landscape is getting way more complex.
And then there's the impact on things like science and academia.
Yes, that's another big one. The amount of AI-generated text appearing in scientific papers is surging. It's prompting urgent calls for stricter monitoring, new ethical guidelines. It raises real risks for academic integrity. How do you handle AI-assisted peer review, for instance? It challenges the whole system.
And one more area flagged was military partnerships.
Right. Tech giants like Google and Meta deepening their collaborations with the military, supplying AI and data solutions. It raises ethical questions, naturally, about privacy, surveillance, and the role of AI in defense. AI's transformative power. Real-world impact.
Okay, so lots of challenges and debates. But let's shift back to the positive side, too. AI is having profound beneficial impacts right now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The positive impacts are undeniable and growing. Take healthcare. An AI tool is diagnosing leukemia in days instead of weeks, even predicting survival rates. AI is helping doctors diagnose rare diseases much faster. There was that case of a 9-year-old who got a swift, correct diagnosis after being misdiagnosed thanks to AI quickly analyzing tons of medical data.
That's incredible. Truly life-changing potential there.
It really is. And there's big investment, like $3 billion in Morocco, for AI-driven genetic analysis. That could revolutionize personalized medicine, especially in regions that might not typically get access to such advanced tech.
What about other areas like climate change?
Yeah, significant progress there too.
Yeah.
Meta, Georgia Tech, and a company called Cuspy just released the world's largest open data set specifically for carbon capture research. Making that data open accelerates research globally. Scientists everywhere can use it to develop co-euro removal solutions faster. That's a great example of open science for climate action.
And impacts on work and industry, beyond the coding concerns.
Well, there's the broader economic picture. AI, combined with aging population trends, is expected to totally reshape the economy. We're seeing partnerships like Pearson and HCL Tech using AI for workforce training, trying to bridge the skills gap. And the market for AI and software testing is predicted to grow almost 6 times by 2035. That means better, more reliable software, released faster.
So improving quality and speed in important industries. And what about just everyday life?
Even there, we're seeing shifts. Alibaba's AMAP navigation app in China is using an AI agent. It doesn't just give directions, it offers personalized suggestions, anticipates needs for 1 billion users. It shows how AI can subtly but powerfully change everyday services we rely on. The road ahead: regulation, investment, and future directions.
It's clear AI is touching everything. How is the world trying to manage this? Regulation, investment, it must be tough keeping up.
It's a huge challenge. On the regulation and legal side, things are moving. Hugging Face, Linux Foundation, Mozilla, they put out a guide to help open source AI devs navigate the EU AI Act. That's crucial for anyone operating in Europe. And in the US, there have been landmark court rulings supporting fair use for training LLMs on copyrighted content. That sets a big precedent, though many questions remain about compensating creators.
So the legal frameworks are slowly adapting. What about investment and market trends?
Investment continues pouring in. The UK's ARIA agency has new funding for cutting-edge AI startups. The AI data center construction boom is ongoing, providing the needed infrastructure. But there are also big discussions about market dynamics. Will a few giants dominate everything? Or will there be room for specialized players? And how do software companies provide unique value when AI can do so much?
Lots of strategic questions for businesses. And looking further ahead, what are the big picture discussions about AI's future trajectory?
Well, there's this ongoing debate. Are current AI models good enough for most needs now? Or do we still need fundamental breakthroughs for true intelligence? People are exploring totally different AI architectures beyond the current models. And of course, the really big questions about society. Mass automation, how AI interacts with an aging workforce, how does that reshape productivity, priorities, maybe even basic income discussions? You know, if you step back and connect all these dots, what's really striking is just the breadth of AI's impact right now. From spotting cancer earlier and tackling climate change to changing how we get around town or even how software gets written, it's everywhere.
Yeah, this deep dive really shows an era of innovation unlike anything we've seen before. AI isn't just advancing anymore, it's fundamentally reshaping industries, our daily habits, even basic ideas about trust and security online. So what does this all mean for you listening? With AI moving this fast, influencing everything from cybersecurity threats to your doctor visits, how might your daily life, maybe even your job, look fundamentally different in, say, the next 12 to 18 months? What new opportunities or maybe new challenges might AI bring your way?